Paloma Faith is hands down my worst type of person.
If a woman calls herself a feminist, or someone calls themselves a wellness or holistic whatever, you can't be those things without talking about Palestine. Like, this genocide has affected women in ways that the abuse is...
Let's talk about this hideous dress that appears to be made out of a tea towel, but I bet cost tens of thousands of pounds because it's probably designer and probably could have fed at least a couple of thousand people starving to death in Yemen or Sudan. But it's the selective outrage of these Paloma Faith sorts that I've just had enough of. Her grid is full, chock full, of bloody Gaza, and she appears, as far as I can tell, to have not mentioned Yemen or Sudan, where 6 million children are facing starvation, the Christians that are being slaughtered across Africa, because no, is she just empty, devoid of any thought? But what I never get about these wannabe feminists is, why aren't they talking about the brutal atrocities that are happening daily under Islamic rule? Like, genuinely, women that aren't allowed to pretty much do anything and are treated as second-class citizens, married as children. Huge numbers of them die in childbirth, aged 13 or 14. The female genital mutilation. Why doesn't she talk about any of that? She's acting as if the end of the war in Gaza, suddenly you're going to have women doing whatever the hell they want. Their lives are going to be awful. I feel like people like this should be forced to go live in Israel, not that they'd want her, for a year, and then go live in Afghanistan for a year so that she can understand what feminists should actually be talking about. But I've had enough of these celebrities, because she's not standing up for women's rights. That's not what she's doing at all. She could do that, but she's chosen not to. She's choosing to spread misinformation and hatred against Israel by using terms like genocide. When was the last time in history a genocide ended when the terrorist regime finally released the hostages? Just tell me once. Just one. It's unbelievable that someone with this large a platform is just spouting utter nonsense, and tens of thousands of people are there being like, she's amazing, she's a true feminist. She's not a true feminist, she's an idiot. God, I just listened to that back. Sorry, that was ranty. But genuine message to all these celebrities. They have a huge platform. Everybody knows what's happened in Gaza. No one has escaped the nonsense. But you know what? So many people genuinely have no idea about the other humanitarian crises happening around the world. Why don't you, for once, I'm ranting again, sorry, use your platforms for that. Use your huge net worths that you've all got to actually draw attention to stuff which nobody knows is even happening, because lots of people would donate. Lots of people will raise awareness, but they need people like you to actually show them that it's happening.